Alright, so this is a simple tutorial on how to just animate a ball bounce. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Alright, first things first, what I need to do is, before you start any project, you need to make a project folder. So I already opened up Maya here, and I'm just going to do File, and I'm going to go to Project Window. Click on that, and it's going to have whatever my last project was, and I'm going to hit New, because I'm making a new project. And I'm just going to call this my last name, Ball Bounce, okay? And I'm going to hit this little folder, and I'm going to navigate to the desktop. I suggest always saving things to your desktop, because that way you know where you saved them, and then afterwards you can transfer to a thumb drive or whatever. I'm just going to go ahead and select, so it's going to go to my desktop, and it's going to make a project folder called Cone Ball Bounce, and then I'll hit Accept. Now what that does, and I'll show you, I'm just going to minimize this, is that it will actually make a folder called, here it is right here. It made this folder that did not exist before. If I open it up, you can see it made a whole series of a bunch of other folders. Okay. Now the other thing I need to do is this. I'll turn the grid on real quick here so you can see my scene. I need to bring the ball in. So I have a ball rig. You want everything that is part of your Maya scene to exist inside of that folder I just showed you, so that you know. So that when you go to transfer or move it somewhere else, everything moves with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to minimize this, and I'm going to open up my scenes folder inside of this project folder. You can see there's nothing in it because I haven't made anything yet. And then I already have the ball rig right here, and I'm just going to drop that in there. So now that's in my scenes folder, all right? And that's all I need to do with that. So then I'm going to go ahead and open Maya back up. All right. So I set that up. I got the rig in there, so that's all set up. And now what I'm going to do is bring it in here. Okay, so we'll do that first. So I'm going to do File, and then I'm going to reference it in, which means that it's going to look to the source, to that original ball file. So I'm going to create reference, and you'll see it goes right to my scenes folder of my project folder. It knows right where to go. I'm going to select the ball and reference, and now I will have the ball there. I'm going to hit 6 so I can see the textures. It's also just this button here, the little ball with the checker box. All right, so I got that in there, and I want to make this guy bounce, right? I'll go this way. All right, but I'm going to make just a ground plane so I have something. So underneath the polygons tab, I'm just going to hit this to make a plane, and I'm going to hit R for scale. I'm going to make this bigger. Then I'm going to turn the grid off by clicking on this waffle here. Yay, so now that's there. Okay, now what might happen is I might accidentally click on it, or the ball actually I probably won't accidentally click on, but I don't want to accidentally click on this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up into this area, which just might be collapsed. You see how I can't see it, but if I have this little thing, you see there's a little arrow on it that opens it up, and if I click on this, it'll make it so I cannot select things. It'll make it so I cannot select surfaces. Okay, so like this one makes it so I can't select curves. So you'll see now I can't click on the curves. I can only click on objects. I do want to click on curves because that's what I'm going to be using. But if I click on this, I can't click on surfaces. Okay, so turn that off. That's all good. Now let's get animating. All right, so the other thing I'm going to do is this. I'm going to go ahead and click on this layout button here, and that's going to give me the graph editor underneath and the perspective view above. Okay, so I'm going to click back in here because I'll need that after. All right, so I'm going to hit W, and all I'm going to do is I'll move it up and over because I'm going to have this ball just kind of come down and bounce, and I'll make sure I'm on frame 1 here, and I'm going to hit S to set a key. You'll see it'll turn red up here, and then there will also be a you'll also see it down here. Okay, so go to frame 1, then I'm going to go to frame 12 because I like to work in half seconds. I'm just going to make sure, well, I'll put it there first, and then I'll hit S because I'm going to say I'm working at 24 frames per second. Actually, I'm not going to hit S. Yeah, I got to move it down. Move it down here, like so. Then I'll hit S to key, and I need my translate Y to actually be 0. So I'm going to type that in so that it's perfectly on the ground. Then I'm going to go to 24, and I'm going to go up and over, and hit S. And then I'm not going to go 12 this time, which would be 36. Instead, I'm going to go 2 below that. I'm going to go to 34. Because each bounce would take a little less time. Just going to make sure this is also 0 still. All right, then I'm going to go what was that? So I'm going to go 10 from there, so that would be 44. Up and over, we'll say, key. And then I'm going to go 8 from this, so that will make it, what, 52? All right, down and over. And then we'll go 8 from 52, which will be 60. Up and over. Good. And then I'm going to do 6 from here. So 6, I'm just doing 2 less now. Okay. Key. And then we'll do 6 from here, which will be 72. Up and over. Key. Then I guess it'll be 4. So we got 72. So it'll be 78. No, 6. Sorry. It'll be 76. Down. Key. And then 80. Up. Key. And then I'm just going to kind of wing it here. So boom, key, and up a little, key, and oops, we'll say down a little, key, and that's going to go 120. I'm just going to pull it this way and key. Okay, so now if you were to look at it, I'm going to have something that looks like this. Okay, all right, looks terrible. I expect it to look terrible. That's fine. Got a couple different things wrong with it. First being, if you look, it's kind of it's not hitting properly. So in order to fix that, I need it to, well, first thing I'm going to do is make it so that it goes at one consistent speed. Because basically what would happen is it would come at a full speed and then slowly slow down as it gets to the right, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select, I'll look here. So if I have this selected, all right, and I'm just going to click like this so you can kind of see. You can see the blue here, that's my translate Z. You can see it down here on the thing, see how it's Z. So what I'm going to do, okay, is, all right, stupid Windows, all right, translate Z. I'm going to hit that, and you can see it's like too big for my screen. So if I just hit F to frame, I can then see the curve. And you can see it's kind of going kind of slow, and then it slows down here, and then it kind of speeds up and slows down again. I don't want to do that. It's just because I made every key all the time. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take all the ones inside and delete them. So it's one nice long curve, okay? Now, if you look at this, though, it's starting slow, speeding up, and then when it gets towards, horizontal again, it slows down. That's not what I want to happen. I want it to come in at full speed and then gradually slow down. So I'm going to select this first one, the first key here, which is frame 1, and I'm going to go ahead and make it linear. I'm going to click on this, and then you'll see, and I can actually grab this just to kind of straighten up a little bit. There we go. And then this one, I'm going to go select, and I'm going to make it horizontal, although it already is. I'm just going to do it anyway. And you'll see it comes in at full speed, and then it's going to slowly slow down. And if you watch, when I hit play, you'll see that that's basically what's happening. See how it slows down? Comes in, and then it just comes slower. And this, I'm only talking about this translate Z, just from the left to the right, okay? Now, the other issue, obviously, is also the Y. See the green up and down? Again, Y, so translate Y, so it's bouncing. If you look, it starts slow, speeds up, slows down, goes up, slows down, and it's slowing down for each one of them, which is not what we want, all right? So you can see, I can actually see the whole thing, but if I hit F, it'll frame it better. So I'm always going to do that. Okay. First off, actually, before I even deal with that, you can see some of these bounces are inconsistent. Like this bounce is actually taller than this one. They should be getting smaller as it goes. So here to there is fine by me. This one I'm gonna, I'm holding Shift and middle. I have the Move tool, W. Holding Shift and middle mouse button. I'm just gonna drag this down a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna take this one and drag this one down. I'm holding Shift. Basically, what Shift does is it locks it in one direction. You can see I can only move those 2 ways. Oops. F. Okay. Control Z. Control Z. Okay. So you can see it turns into a question mark because it doesn't know which to lock on. So I'm gonna grab this, hold Shift. I'm gonna pull it down to smaller. This smaller. This smaller. Like that. Okay. And now you'll see too that now the bounces they gradually get smaller as they go. Right? Makes a lot more sense. So I made it smaller. Okay. But the other issue, like I said, is that it's easing into each one of them. And I want it to come down, hit really hard, and then bounce up with full force. So I need to grab all of my bottom ones here. All of my bottom keys. Okay. And I'm going to make them linear right here. Boom. You're going to see now it comes down and it's going to boom. It's going to hit down really hard and then come back up with the same amount of force. And then it's going to slow down, speed up, hit hard. And you'll see it'll look considerably better. It's not going to look great yet, but you can see that definitely looks a lot better, right? Okay. Now what I need to do is that it's still not arched enough. It's still not doing what I need. So what I'm going to do is, while I still have these all selected, I'm going to click on this. And what this does is it breaks the tangents. So to give you an idea of what that means is that right now if I grab this one handle and I hold, I have the move tool on and I middle mouse button click, you'll see it moves the other handle too. This one's also moving. If I grab all of these and hit this button to break the tangents, you'll notice that they look a little bit different now. And when I grab this one, I can move it independently of the other. So now they're not affecting each other. So I'm going to take this one, pull this one this way, grab this one, pull it this way. So the best way to do this is to click over the key, then click and drag over that particular handle. Okay, so these are Bezier handles. If you're familiar with that with Photoshop or Illustrator, other vector drawing programs, it's just a way to control a curve. Okay, so I'm just going to go through and basically arch these all a little bit nicer. And this follows the same basic navigation that you have throughout all of Maya. Something like this. Actually, you can see these are actually too low. All of these are too low for my... Well, I will leave it for now. I don't really... Okay. I'll grab this one, pull that up. Grab this one, pull it up. This one. Okay. It's pretty exciting stuff. Alright. So half again a frame. Oops, I was on that particular key. Now you'll see it's going to have a lot more boom, 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 boom. Right? Looks a lot better. Still feels a little floaty, but I'm going to let it go for now because we're on a time crunch here. So that looks pretty good. Yay. Now the other thing I need to have happen besides that is it should be rolling. Okay, so you can see I'm grabbing this star one here. I'm going to hit E for rotate. If I hit the minus or plus, it makes that controller bigger or smaller. Okay, so I already have, if you were to look, if I click on this master one, you can see that every one of these attributes have a key on them. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the last thing here, and I'll hit spacebar to jump into here, and I'm just going to roll it 3 times. 1, 2, 3, something like that. Okay, and you're going to see it's going to roll, but it only rolls in here because there's a key on the rotation here. So just like before, and if you look, that is my red, which is my X. See, my X, so rotate X. I'm going to hit F to frame, and you can see I have all these keys that are saying not to roll. So I need to grab them all, the middle ones, hit delete. So it's going to come in slow, speed up, and then slow down. Again, I need the same thing like before. I'm going to grab this first one, make it linear. So it comes in at full speed and then gradually, slowly rolls less. And then you'll see it's rolling, and then it rolls to the end there. Okay. Yay. So next thing that we're going to do is the squash and stretch. Okay, so this is relatively easy. So I'm going to use this. It's an up and down controller. You can see when I had the rotation, it's gray. It means if you look at here, you can actually see it's only translate Y. So I'm going to have this, and I am going to find where it hits. Okay, so it hits right at 12, which I should have known that because that's what I keyed. So I'm going to go 1, 2 before. I'm going to hit S to key it so that it's keyed at 0 here, and it's not doing any squashing and stretching. I'm going to go to 12, and I'm going to squash it. Okay, hit S to key, and I'm going to go 2 after, and I'm going to type this back into 0, so it's again not squashing. So if you look, you'll see it squashes and comes up. The other thing I need to do is actually, which seems weird, is have it stretch a little bit before it hits, okay, and stretch after it hits. So basically it squashes and stretches. And I'm going to do that for all of them. I'm just going to go over here, hold shift, click and drag, and that will copy. I'm going to right click and copy. And I'm going to go over here to where the next one is, and I'm going to right click and go paste. And let's see, I'm going to hold shift and click, and I'm going to drag this to try and find where it's supposed to go. It doesn't seem to be. Okay, so it's a little bit late still. Okay, there we go. All right, but obviously each one of these should be a little bit less. So I'm going to pull this up so it's not squashing so much, and stretch, have that one stretch less, and so on and so forth. We're going to go all the way down the line like that. Okay, and that is basically what you need to do. Voila.